Okay, so nutrients. Why is it that in the program that I gave you, you did not see the portion sizes or the times that you should have your meals? Very simple, guys, because I want you to know exactly what you're bringing into your body and why you're bringing it in before you go into it. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you're just following a list. And when you're done with this program, if you don't know exactly why you had these foods, why you did these workouts, then you're going to go into your regular life again and you're going to gain that weight again. Just like the people go into the yo-yo diet or the roller coaster diet, whichever way you want to call it. So I want you to understand what you're bringing in. And by doing so, you can help grow your body yourself, even make your own recipes, and you don't have to worry about going online and seeing if this is the right foods or not, because you know they're good for you. Okay, so to start off, what is it exactly that we're going to be looking at? If you can see in your nutrient sheet, this diet is broken into 3 parts. You have your proteins, mainly, you have your carbohydrates, and you have the fats. The vegetables are just extra that we're going to explain, but you mainly want to focus on the proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. So I'm just going to give you a brief summary of what they do so that you can know exactly why is it that you're bringing them in. Okay, so proteins. Why do you need proteins? Proteins is the main thing you need, guys. Proteins is what helps you recover, what helps you build muscle. If you don't have proteins in your diet, you're not building muscle. Whether it is your goal to lose weight, to gain muscle weight, to get toned, whichever way you need the protein to help recover your muscle so that you can get to your goal. Okay, the amount of protein that is recommended when somebody has an active lifestyle is somewhere around 1 gram to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. Okay, so that's what you want to be looking at. So if you're a 200-pound person, about 200 grams of protein. Okay, and that's the minimum portion you should have so that you can recover well, so that you can also gain the muscle or get toned to get to the body where you want to be. Okay, so that's protein, the most important one that you have to worry about. Now, carbohydrates. A lot of people think that carbohydrates are the enemy. That's why when they go into a diet, they get rid of all the carbs, right? They just stay with meat, with vegetables, or just meat in general, just proteins, and they get rid of the carbs. What happens there? Well, as time passes, yes, in the beginning, you're going to lose a whole mess of weight. But as time passes, the metabolism or the metabolic rate is going to start dropping. And what happens when the person decides, hey, you know, I'm at the weight where I want to be. I'm going to go back to eating a little normal now, right? Foods that I like. When they start bringing in the carbs again, since the body wasn't getting it for such a long time, it starts grabbing onto the carbs so that it can use it as an energy source, and it stores it as fat. But what happens now? Not only is it doing this, but since your metabolic rate dropped, now you're not burning fat as fast as you should. So guess what, guys? You gain the weight right back up, and you might even gain more weight than you did before. Why? Because you cut the carbs out of your diet. Don't cut the carbs out of your diet, guys. You need carbs for energy. You need it as your fuel source. You need it to stay fuller. You need it for brain function. Now, does that mean you can have any type of carb? No, it does not. You shouldn't have sugars. You shouldn't have white bread or white rice. What are the carbs that you should have? The ones that I put on the list. The complex carbs. The slow digesting carbs. Slow digesting meaning it doesn't spike up your insulin. When your insulin level spikes up, your body tends to store more food in as fat. But the fact that it doesn't spike up with the complex carbs, this process is less likely to happen. As well, when they're the slow digesting carbs, they keep you fuller for longer. So it helps you reduce those cravings as well, guys. Carbs, portion sizes, depends on the person. Okay, more or less, we don't like to count the exact amount of carbs. We don't like doing that. We don't have time for that. So basically what we do is that we count, the way we count our food is in each meal, have more or less palm size, right? Palm size for protein, palm size for carbs. And if you want to throw in vegetables in there, that's great. They have so many benefits. They're anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer. They have so many benefits to it, and they help you feel fuller because they have fiber in them. Okay, so that's why we added vegetables in there. You can have almost any vegetable, but we mainly recommend the greens. Okay, those are the ones with the more vitamins and the more essentials for your body. Okay, fats. How should you have your fats? Because everybody thinks as well that fat is the enemy, that if you have fats, all of that's going to go into your body. Well, that's true in one aspect, but also false in another. The fats that you should completely avoid, guys, are trans fats. Trans fats are made by man. They're human-made, right? They're man-made fats. And what does that mean? They're in packaged foods, they're in fast food restaurants, and they're very bad for you. They raise your bad cholesterol. They can raise, they can help with basically get diabetes and all the things that are not good for you. You want to get rid of that. Saturated fats. Saturated fats, your body can produce it on its own. So if you can bring in saturated fats, you're bringing in more than your body needs. It's going to store it as fat, and it can also help raise the bad cholesterol. So not good for you. Trans fats, avoid completely. Saturated fats, keep it to a minimal, guys. Try to bring it as low as you can. Okay, so your body doesn't store it as fat, and you can lean out in a faster way. So what are the fats that you should have? The monounsaturated and the polyunsaturated fats. Those are the good fats. Those are the fats that come in almonds, olive oil, nuts, fish. Those are the good fats, the ones you want to have. They raise up your good cholesterol. They lower your bad cholesterol. They have many health benefits, but we're not going to go into detail with this because this is just a summary for the program so you can have an idea of what you're bringing in. Okay, guys? So now that you have an idea of what you should bring in, if there's something you want to add to that list, that's why that list has all those blank spaces, you can do so. Okay, so because basically what you want to focus is on high protein, low carbs, low in the bad stuff, high in the good stuff. Right? So for example, if you want to add something to the protein section, let's say you want to add any type of food there, right, to the protein section, just make sure it's high in protein, low in carbs, low in fats, low in the bad stuff, high in the good stuff. If you want to add carbs to that list, add something that's slow digesting, okay, a complex carb, whole grains, with oatmeal, something slow digesting that won't spike up your insulin levels, and obviously make sure it's low in the bad fats, low in everything that's bad, high in the good parts, okay. As far as the fats that we spoke of now, there's one actually, there's something we want to recommend to you guys that we love having, because as you can see in the list, you have a couple of things added there, but there's one main peanut butter that we love called P28, guys. P28 is absolutely our favorite. They have one called the white chocolate peanut butter, and that's actually the only one we buy from them. It's really good, and the reason we like it, guys, it has no sodium whatsoever. It has the good fats, but it tastes like white chocolate peanut butter. So that's something we really enjoy. It's not in the list. That's why I'm telling you this right now. But it's really good tasting. If you just want to check it out, P28. It's very good tasting. Other than that, that's all that it is for the nutrients list. So now that you know what you have to do with it, I'm going to talk to you on how you should separate it in your daily routine. Okay, so daily, you guys are looking to eating around 5 to 6 times a day. Okay, usually it's going to be around 5. Usually a breakfast, right, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. You want to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Okay, and every time you eat, you want to have your source of protein, your source of carbs, and if you want to add the vegetables, that's an extra help. So let me give you an example of what I would have on a daily routine for these meals. So for example, let's say I wake up in the morning, right? I'll have an egg white omelet with spinach and mushrooms and oatmeal. Egg whites, right, being my protein source, high in protein, low in the bad stuff. Spinach and mushrooms helping me with vitamins, fiber, helping me feel fuller. It's just very good for you overall. All the antioxidants they have, all the good benefits. And then oatmeal being my slow digesting carb for energy, for brain function, to help me keep me fuller. Boom, I have my 3 there. Okay? Now moving on, 2 to 3 hours later, I can either have a meal, right? So I can have chicken with brown rice, or I can have a shake. I can have a protein shake. All of these things have high protein, low carbs, good carbs, the ones that don't affect you. Now lunchtime comes up 2 to 3 hours later. I'll probably have salmon, I'll have brown rice with it, and I could throw in a little bit of broccoli, right? Now I have the salmon, my protein source, high in protein, low in the bad parts, right? My carbohydrates being the brown rice, slow digesting brown rice, complex carb, and then my vegetables with fiber helping keeping me fuller and giving me all those benefits as well. 2 to 3 hours later, another snack, right? Once more, I can have a protein shake, which, by the way, guys, if it's protein, we recommend casein. Okay, that's a slow digestion, the one that takes a while to go through, and that's the one that's going to keep you fuller. So if you have it as a snack, make sure it's a casein protein. So I can have that as well, or like I said, anything high in protein, low in carbs. It can be fish again with brown rice. It can be chicken with brown rice, or any type of lean meat. All right. Dinner time comes up. Maybe I can have sweet potato with some type of lean meat, maybe ground turkey, ground chicken, ground beef with 96% fat-free or more, or anything like that. Always try to keep it high protein, low carbs. Now, if you work out at night like us, it's kind of like having extra meals. Think about it. When I finish eating dinner at 6:30, I go to work out at 8. Before, I'll have my pre-workout shake, which can count as a meal, right? After the workout, I have my post-workout shake to recover, to help me recover and build muscle. And before going to bed, I'll have a casein protein. So during the nights, as that slow digesting, slowly releasing the protein to my muscles for 6 to 8 hours. So it's as if you're having 9 meals, guys, so you're not going to go hungry. Just make sure you find recipes that you enjoy, and you guys will love this. This will turn into a lifestyle. That is why we were able to lose so much weight, guys, because before, every time we did diets, we would either cut out the carbs like everyone else does completely, or when we made food, we just really grilled it and tried to make it healthy in that sense, but we never enjoyed it. Find recipes you enjoy. We found recipes for pancakes, cupcakes, we make cookies, ice cream, all of these things, especially if you have a sweet tooth, you can make these things just with the right recipe. So just look into it. In this channel, we're going to start posting up those recipes that we made ourselves that work so well for you. So stay tuned for that. But for now, while we don't have the videos, look it up. Just Google it. Do a little research, guys. And you will be surprised at so many things that you can find. Okay, so that's the nutrition aspect. Just to summarize, protein helps you recover and build muscle. Carbohydrates, your fuel source, your energy source for brain function as well. Fats, good for you overall, but just avoid the trans fat saturated. The ones you want to have are the monounsaturated and the polyunsaturated because they're essential. Your body can produce them. At the same time, they have many health benefits, including raising good cholesterol, dropping the bad cholesterol. Vegetables have fiber, have many antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, very good for you overall, and to keep you more fuller. And spices, we also added on that list. It's just the different types of spices we have. You can have your own, guys, whatever you want to do. Before we go, the spices that we have, the one we use the most is called Mrs. Dash. It's salt-free, and they have so many spices for chicken, steak, fish, anything like that. So have a look at that, and you might like it as well. Okay, so that's the nutrients section. Remember, eat every 2 to 3 hours. Try to have your last meal by 6 o'clock in the day, okay? Portion sizes, palm size for protein and for carbs. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comment below, send us an email, or give us a call on our business number on our website. Thank you.